Good morning, all of you. This is today's Friday session. As I said, I could not do this session in the morning 7:30 due to a technical reason. Now, let me start the today's session. So, as we have seen this full week, last week we started the various concepts of searching techniques. That is a linear search and binary search. We have seen specifically. I had forwarded the video. Then we started a bubble sort. That is on Tuesday's class. So bubble sort, I could not record the video. As I promised, I will record it and I will forward it. Next, the last class we have seen selection sort. I have uploaded the video into the YouTube link. You could see what is a selection sort. So altogether we have in the syllabus selection sort, insertion sort, bubble and quick sort. Bubble sort we have gone through briefly to brief up. In bubble sort, it is one of the sorting technique wherein we have two for loops. The outer for loop is to identify the number of iteration. The number of iterations, if we have n elements, 1 2 3 4 4 elements, number of iterations will be 3, and within 3 iterations, in individual iteration, the number of comparisons will go on equals to n minus I minus 1. That is, n is nothing but the size of the element minus I. The I is nothing but the number of iteration, first iteration, n minus 1 minus 1. So n for I equal to 0 means it will go with three comparisons. Again it will go with 2, again 1. So if the question few people had asked, if you do the same number of comparisons, what happens? Here is the answer for it. If you have same number of comparisons, there is no meaning in doing comparisons number of times. For example, here see, you have 5 elements over here. You do comparisons for the 4 times within the first iteration. When you do such iteration, so for last 5 elements, 2 elements are sorted. Hence there is no need of again comparison. So we don't need any comparisons to swap it. So you could see here, this comparison is totally waste. Even in the third pass you could see this comparison is totally waste, right? So with the reducing the computations, we go on reducing the comparisons within the single iteration. Fine. So this was only for the knowledge point of view. What is bubble sort? Coming to the selection sort, last class I had explained what is selection sort. So in the case of selection sort, so as we do compare. Let me clarify that in the selection sort, given these elements, first you compare which is the least element in complete array. In complete array, which is the least element? So the least element is 9. So these 9 element is positioned into the a of 0, and it has been fixed. See, a of 0 is been fixed with 9. Then we do say that my this part is over. Now I will look the minimum element in this part again, which is the minimum element in this part. So 18 is a minimum element. This 18 is being logged to the a of 1. So hence we will fix up 918, then we will search the minimum element in this. Similarly, in this element, which is the minimum element, again it is a 27. 27 is fixed up to the AR of 2. So here then we will fix up this array here. Same as if like it continues. That means we are finding for the first time minimum element that we're putting up into the first position. Once we put up the first into the first position, we are not bothering about it. We say that it is already sorted. We are finding on the rest of the array. Again, rest of the array we will consider the minimum element. We'll put up to the first element of the fixed up array. This is fixed up array. This is fixed up array. The horizontal boxes are fixed up array, right? See, we are going to fix up this array in individual iterations, finding the minimum element. So if you find the minimum, you put it. If you don't find, you're not going to fix it up, right? Clear? So able to understand. See, in 81, 72, 90, minimum is 72. It is fixed up the nearest first array element. So in this box, which is the first array element, 39. In this array, which is the first element, 8. So we are going on reducing the array elements in individual iteration, thereby finding the minimum element and putting that element into the first position of array. For example, when you start up, this is the first position, right? This is the first array. So finding the minimum element, putting it to the array of 0. So we have put it. Now the fresh, the newly array to the memory is I got increased, it is 1 to 7. Here 2 to 7. Similarly 3 to 7. I'm just incrementing the loop. 3 to 4 to 7, 5 to 7. As such loop goes on increasing. That is the for loop that you have called it. And within individual for loop, you find the minimum element to swap between the first element of the array. Okay. So this is what the concept is. So let me go to the next concept now. So as I said, the session is for insertion sort. What is insertion sort? Let me go with a practical thing. Okay. So let me see the insertion sort. So we have seen selection sort, bubble sort, and selection sort we have seen. Now we will see what is the insertion sort. So in insertion sort, in fact, it is not the best sort in terms of sorting algorithm compared to the selections and bubble sort. So let me go with to explain the insertion sort. Let me take the example of cards. Let us see, we have set of cards. We want to arrange these cards in increasing order. So basically one of the case. So let me assume that I have these cards on the left hand side. So I'll pick on the right hand side. We are going to build up the right array. So I'll pick up 9. I'll keep it on 9, right? So next card is 3. So we'll go in order. So when you take 3, you know that 3 is minimum, hence you keep on the upper side, that is left hand side of the 9. So as I explained, the left is unsorted, right we are going to sort it. We are simply inserting it. When you pick 6, you insert in between 3 to 3 and 9. So that is what the name called insertion. That is, you are inserting based on the criteria. 4. When you pick up 4 again it has to be inserted in between 3 and 6. Hence, it is inserted between 3 and 6. So hence on the right hand side we have a sorted array. So this is to explain, to identify left hand and right hand, just to make sure that you know the game, right? So what you said, so this is the given array, right? 9 3 6 7. So as I said, on the right hand side you are going to sort it. In fact, it happens in the same memory. It is not that we are taking a separate memory. Just for the convenience that I explained, what we are going to do is, so when you pick a 9, you simply put it, because there is no another competitor element. When you pick up 9 3, you place above 3, right? With respect to the, you are inserting it. Again, you pick 6, you put 6 in between 9 and 3, that is 3 and 9 inserted, right? As we have seen here, see, it is when you pick up 6, again it is put in between 3 and 6, right? So this is a concept. So let me go with the example of a numbers. Okay, initially these cards are unsorted, so you go on inserting the cards in between as you pick up one card, one in one of the order. Okay, so it is same as if like we are picking on. So as I explained, you're simply dragging the card and making sure that you are inserting. So 9 6 picked up, 3 inserted above 3. Again, when you pick up 6 in between 3 and 6, is it not, is it or not? 3 has to be inserted in between 3 and 9. Again 4, it has to be inserted in 6. So this is the same way what I explained right now. You pick up the card, you insert, based on the positions you insert it. Let me go with the example of a number. You have a number over here. we have to sort the list of integer. This is given a, this is an unsorted. Okay, so we have 6 elements in an array, so it has to be placed on the right hand side. Okay, imagine first we will consider the element stored in the array index a of 0, it is 7. Then we do compare this with so so I would say 7 coloring, making that it is sorted. So what do you take? We'll keep the value, we do compare the value 2. Okay, so value a of 1 equals to 1. So we will remove the element 2. Okay, we are just comparing the two elements. We do eliminate the element 2, assuming that it is empty. In fact, it is not empty. We'll keep in temporary variable. We'll shift all the elements greater than 2 into shifted. Okay, so 7 will be put up on the right hand side, and this a of 0 will be put up with the 2. Now we assume that 2 has been filled into a of 0. Again we'll pick up a of 2. Okay, we will eliminate this is will keep in one of the temporary memory, right? Assume that it is internal is there, just for the sake of understanding it has been comparing with a of 4 with the position. So this is a newly array. Okay, from 7 we will take new array, 2 will not take into the consideration, 7 will be shifted and 4 will be shifted to the. So we are comparing on the left hand side with individual values. Okay, so 4 it was placed here. Now the main exact point comes to understand. So 1 from the unsorted array we have taken, we do shifting either to the 7, 4, 2. We do compare whether 1 is less than 7. Yes, so we'll shift to 7. So 7 will be shifted on the right hand side. Now again this 1 is again compared with the 4, hence it is less. 4 it is come to the right. Again 1 is compared with the 2 and it is come to the 2, and 1 is that 1 will be shifted to a of 0. Ultimate goal is that we do compare with the unsorted array on the left hand side. With left hand side elements will be compared with individual elements. Again the 5 will be eliminated, 5 will be compared with the 7, it is moved to shift. Again, right, since 5 is greater than 3 2 1, so there is no shifting on the left hand side, right? So ultimately I have got the sorted array. So once again, so if you have not understood, see here once again I'm going to explain it. This is a unsorted array. So what do we do is, first of all, let us take the element a of 0. A of 0 is eliminated. Okay, so as I explained the cards, so this is the list of integers that is to be inserted. We have 6 elements. So we will divide the array into two subsets. So a of 0 we would assume this part on the left hand is a sorted array. Right hand side we would assume this as an unsorted array. This part on the red line right hand side, this is an assumption. So we go on picking one element from the sorted elements. Okay, we will do compare on the individual elements of the left hand side, so that we do go on sorting the elements that is being given. So we do pick up 2, I do compare with the 7, hence 2 is less than 7, hence 2 is shifted to the position of 7. So if you ask me the question why 7 was not compared, we do assume that 7 is already sorted. So we do start with a of 1. So 2 is eliminated, 2 is compared with 7 and it is shifted to the A of 0. So 7 will be shifted on the right hand side of the A of 1. Again, after that, what do? We do eliminate 4. Okay. So just see the animation. See, 7 was shifted, right? 2 was moved to the A of 0. Once it is moved, will not touch 7. Will take this element 4. Okay, 7 was shifted. Now 4 is eliminated. Okay, 4 is eliminated. This 4 is being compared with A of 1 on the left hand, which is called a sorted array. A of 7 is 4 greater than 7. No, hence 4 will be replaced at 7. Okay, so all the number greater than 4 will be shifted on the left hand side. That is A of 1. 7 will be shifted on the right hand side. 4 will be shifted, and the whole again 4 is compared with the 2, nothing to change. So 4 will retain the position A of 1. Okay, this is the concept of insertion sort. Again, 1 is eliminated. 1 is being compared with the individual elements of the A of 2 is A of 2, that is 7 is greater, 1 is greater than 7. So 1 will be replaced over here at this position and 7 is shifted over here. Okay, again 1 is being compared with the 4, 1 is less than 4, 4 will be shifted on the right hand side. Again 1 is less than 2, so 1 is left on the left hand side and 2 will be shifted. So we would assume that this is a completely a sorted array. So 1 will be shifted at the position A of 0. Now again eliminate 5. Is 5 greater than 7? So again what do? We do compare with the 7. 5 is shifted on the left hand side. Since 5 is not greater than anything, it will return the same. Okay, see, so what we have done. So again 5 is greater than, so 5 is shifted to the left hand side. See what is being happening from here. If you have not understood, once again, so 1 will overcome here. Now it is the time to compare 5. So 5 is eliminated, so 5 will compared with here 7. Again 3, so all together 3 will shift it through here till here. Okay, so this is the way how. So the classification is you have to divide the array into 2 elements beginning with the start, and insertion sort with respect to the efficiency comparing with the other sorting techniques, it is got a less efficiency. Okay, so when you see the algorithm for this, the program insertion sort, so that is for I equals to n minus 1, you copy the value of A of I for the first iteration, that is, so whole, that is the comparison that you are going to do it with the elements. So if you want to go with the program, so let me go to the program from the book what we have studied. Okay, so we have seen selection sort. So from the notes, if you would like to see what is the insertion sort, see the same example, the different kind of elements here. So initially this is an array, so we do assume that this is already sorted part 39 initially, so we'll initialize it. You do see 9. What is 9? So you compare 9 with the 39. So since 9 is less than 39, 9 is shifted, 39 is shifted over here. Then again from this element, from this 939, so you come to the array of 2. Array of 2 is 81 greater than the left hand part. Yeah, AR of 1, array of 0, yes it is greater, it is maintained as it is. Again coming to the third part, 45, so is 45 greater than, right, 81 39? No. So what will do, it will retain the same here. As you could see, in individual iteration we do compare with the complete left hand side part. Okay, see 81, is 81 less than 39? No. Is 81 less than 9? No. Again 81, so coming to the here, is 45 less than 81? Yes. So what will go, you will shift this 45 over here and 81 over here, and rest of the thing as it is. Again, coming to this line, again, the first next red marked is the individual iteration focused element. Is 90. Is 90 less than 81? No, right? So it will return the same place. Again, you come to this iteration. Next, is 27 less than 81? Yes. So what happens in this iteration completely? 27 will go on shifting till here by comparing individual values. See, when 80 is 27 is shifted over here, right? So this is a complete shifting of the elements. 27 shifted over here, 39, 45, 81, 90. So we are going to compare. Is 27 less than 81? Yes. Is 27 less than 45? Yes. Is 27 less than 39? Yes. So hence it will shift it directly. So many iterations I am talking about with respect to the for loop. Again, when you have this fresh element 72, is 72 less than 81? Yes. So what will do? You will shift it. Is 72 less than the 81? So it will shift to the 72 here. 81 is right. Similarly, you go on proceeding. Is 72 less than 45? No, it will fix up over here. So what I've shown you on the video, in the same way, in the individual elements, that is this diagonal elements, what I have shown red mark is being compared with the individual value of the left hand divided array, and it picks up the position. So this you have to write in the program. This, see, green is a sorted array, next element to be sorted in the array. So if you could see the program in insertion sort, see, initially you store the to the value temp array of elements. So the outer for loop is for the number of iterations I equals to 1, I less than n, I plus plus, right? So the number of iterations that you need to go through outer for loop, right? In the individual while loop, what you are going to do is, whether you are comparing the stored temp stores the individual I for the first iteration I equals to 1, a of 0 first element, a of 2, a of 3, as such these elements, no, red marked it will store in individual iterations of the for loop. It will move this value. For the first iteration, a of 0 is 39, right? 39 is fixed up. Then it will move to the next iteration 9, this loop, this, okay, it will store. Now inside, for the comparison, on the left hand side of the sorted array, that is the green part, it will initialize one more variable j equals to I minus 1. Okay, then what you are going to do is, you are going while loop. The condition is while loop. How does the while loop works? Until this condition fails, it is going to repeat for the set of values. If temp is less than a or array of j, and this should be, j should be greater than 0, okay, that is indexing, this indexing value should be greater than 0. What it does basically, it will replace array of j with array of j plus 1. Okay, it will move array of j, that is shifting, it will shift, provided this condition is this temp is less than array of j. What is array of j? Right, on the left hand side part, on the left hand side. For the first iteration, no left hand side part, so it will fixed up. No, for this, see, for the first element 39, there is no left hand part, because as I say, the condition, there is an empty array and it is not equal to 0. This we have specified for the first iteration part. Hope all of you have understood this. Why I have specified in the while loop, that is j greater than equal to 0, it should be greater than equal to 0, or else it will go to the -1. No, so for first iteration it will move. Imagine, let me explain this iteration 90, sorry, 27. This is a very best example to explain you. In 27, is 27 less than 90? Yes. Is 27 less than 81? Yes. Is 27 less than 45? Yes. Is 27 less than 39? Yes. So it will go on moving until the to the position array of 1. So how this is being explained in the program, you could see here, while in the temp, what is being stored? 27. 27 is stored. Is 27 is j is replaced to I minus 1. Is 27 less than 80? Yes. And whether the value of j is, you have to move till left, no? J is a index of the array, of the sorted, this part index. I is resembling over here to the complete array, right? 0, I equals to 0, I equals to 1. Whereas j, no, j, it is belonging to the this part. See, j, again it goes on like this. J starts from here, j here. For example, j equals to here, it starts from here, j starts from here. J minus 1 is 39, j is 45. Means something of j is 45. J minus 1 is 2, j minus 1 is 1. Again, j value is 4 here. Like that it goes here as per the program what that we have written. See, so j equals to I minus 1. The position of the I will go on increasing, no? So somewhere it is, if it is 4, I equals to 4, 4 minus 1 is assigned to the j left hand side. So it goes on decreasing on the left hand side to compare, and you have to shuffle it if this condition passes. Fine. So complexity of this case is big O of n and big O of n, sir. This you have to remember. The implementation part is easy to implement, difficult to use on all small set of data. So hope all of you have understood selection sort. So my guess for the examination is you may be asked the bubble sort rather than this selection. So sorry, insertion. So bubble sort, or you might be asked the insertion, and we left with the quick sort. Quick sort is also one of the best algorithm that we are going to see tomorrow, and the complexity of it. So altogether we have been left with quick sort, hash, and the graph. So as I said in the morning, I could not do the session due to one of the technical reason. So I have recorded the session. Those who have not able to attend the session right now, I request them to go through the recorded video. So I will immediately send you the link of it once I upload it in a few minutes, right? So tomorrow's class is also one of the important classes. So I'll explain on quick sort. Remember, I'll explain you what is quick sort. Quick sort. So, and what is the advantages or the complexity in implementing the quick sort. So therein, so if you have any doubts, I could repeat the sessions with selection, insertion, bubble, quick, and linear binary. I had explained it. So if you want, once again I could repeat, so that next week we'll go with the graph that completes the complete module 5, wherein you can score 40 marks as per the choice based. Then here I'll try to complete the trees. So in such a way that at least module 4 and 5 are, you make it sure you get maximum marks of it. So always it is preferable. So in my suggestion, it is preferable to go with module 1, 3, 5 are the best modules wherein you can score the marks. Because here, or else even 2 could be considered. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5. Sorry, not 3, 5, not 3, 5, 4, 5 are the best models that you could focus. 1 exactly, 2 exactly, 4 exactly, and 4 it based on one of the choice you could study. I request you, or else instead of trees, you can focus completely on queues. But here what happens is linked list concepts are too big. So again, I need a clarification from your side which part of the portions to be studied exactly for the examination. So I prefer you module 5 complete, module 1 complete, module 2 complete. So here you can get a lot of questions based on choice based strategy, and module 4 you could cover queues, right? Let me stop the sessions today. So I'll just record. I have recorded the session. I'll make sure that you get the session at the end of the class.